It's a car rentals upset homeless woman pushing one of the wheelie carts, car rentals. So, and they can check into basically the car rentals and the car rental places and the problems they created. I also rented a car when I did work for NTS Consulting and Health South and Sevo Miller, so they can use that, basically that work done to see if anybody came up from underneath and sabotaged that work, that computer work. And then they can kind of basically do the same thing with Comcast Cable from when I was in Chicago. And then, you have a correlation to Cox Cable. But they can see if their sabotage came from Michigan down into this corner or into Florida. They're sabotaging that cable computer work if somebody was doing that. And you have an intersection point to San Diego, and then from San Francisco down when I was doing my Health South work, and then them coming up through. It's not really that hard. And then guess what? A red hair like a Balamorad boy walking in the direction towards Joe Zillig's gravestone. So ask yourself, Brian and your team, okay, they faced the children back in that time toward the direction of Joe Zillig or the All-Americans gravestone and to the north. So you can prove that he came up from underneath and stalked and raped those children. You know how? Okay, Pitkin Street, Jamaica Street, bunk beds, right? We like to sleep underneath them, right on the floor underneath them, but also the direction that they face. So you ask yourself, are the kids moving in the direction of how the dial was dropped or how it was stolen? See how if he made a blue boy or a blue girl down there, like Kim, and then they move on to Myra is home a blue girl or whatever, they're basically starting to prove how the Antilla Man and or Harry raped and murdered blue girls and boys. Yep, by their obsessions. So you can pretend Bernard the chance of the Carney and Country and Western, Karen, Faust, and Joe, but you're rapists and murderers simply by paying attention to how the children are moving and what you guys touched and you lied about. That's why I go Tom Serson, Jim Riley, Trevor Rager, Joe Zillig, Harry Race, Bernard LaChance, Eva Freeman. It pretty much proves the Freemans have constantly stolen, lied, and make people sick. Let's see. Bernard E. LaChance, the con man of the Freeman, of the Balamorad. See, the little Balamorad boy, same direction, facing toward their rapist leader, Pastor Robo Knight, or Joe Zillig. They all face in that direction of their supposed. It means they forced it from those boats. Harry J. Race, Jim Hall, Bill Duvall, Elton Anderson, Don Wiley, this 1961 oyster cracker experimentator of ag, they did that for Blue Boy boxes. Ellery's, Charles T. Ellery, the Ellerys. Let's see. Morgan's and Steve Jones. So it proves you're rapists, Perlita, and liars, Pitkin Street, Jamaica Street, simply by movement and how you guys raped blue girls and that guy's movement. They're moving at what this item they stole. And then the children kind of move in the same fashion. So you can shush all you want, Robo Knight, but you can show off and flash cards, but Bernard, you're a constant liar and a faggot and a thief. So all they gotta do is round up LGBT and Judy Shepard, and they're proven criminals. Same with your Carney, Barnum, and Bailey circus. They can prove all the victims. So you guys basically hone in on obsessed with Bailey Kintier, then they can call her a blue girl, and then PT Cruiser Julie you guys stalked, and then Kim Beswick, the blue girl you guys basically created her for your little rape toy there, Harry and Joe. So down there they faced the children toward the direction of Joe to force him in power with the BB4, and they started building shit backwards after they stole shit. That actually proves that they knew something prior. And then Myra is home of Russia. There's a blue girl, so he goes rushing over there to hover over it, or Israeli. So Haley and Miranda, see, Joe, So from Korea up, from England over. So it proves who you guys fucking rape and mutilate. And you guys are still going to be able to build it up, but you won't rule over it, because when they encase it, they'll make you correct again. So it proves also, when I worked at Comcast, if any of the Negroes moved in the diagonal direction to sabotage toward this direction, the same as the Carney Circus, as they were moving the other way. So he can boast all he wants, but he's a rapist and a moron and a liar with Bernard LaFagala chance. It proves their sabotage, and you guys will have to go fix it still. So he came as he basically knew the murder happened, and so he stalked it from me down back, and then they also stalked it from the top, from the bottom top, because they know they stole them. So you can, Perlita, assist that you won with Bernard, but you're stink filth with the Negroes, and that's the way it'll be. And if that's the Pharaoh you guys worship, they're gonna make you fix it. Or the Mayans, it's the same principle. Basically, they knew that you people would be liars and thieves as you moved off of those boats. So the archdiocese in Israel and those people and the Egyptians who have a dispute about how that thing came down. So you go, shh, all you want, Rebel Knight. You're no great man. You're not a hero. You're not solving anything. They're solving the group of you men are murderers, Dave, by the direction that you guys keep following your inbred cowboy hick faggot leader. So you can, and you guys will be humiliated. That's why, Brian, don't kill any of them. Let them live in humiliation forever of the all-American. So you guys can, but it's not what we really were. And they're proving that Bernard LaFagala Chance is just a copycat and the serial killer, and copies movies. He's so desperate, fat, carny, ghetto. But in the long run, you won't be any of that. So that he's evolving your Carney Circus, Bernard, and your cowboys. It's just taking you all a while, and you're gonna look dumb while doing it, professing that those guys in the blue boxes are heroes when they know you're liars of cults. Bald East Coast Negro. Too bad he moved down toward that direction. They have another line of intersection of stink. So you guys' his own Pharaoh is basically calling you out, Elton, and the Negroes, saying that you guys are the dumb fucks of Spain and, Israel, and pretty much everything that you guys touch. So they know you guys are running a criminal racket, stealing the stuff and making it to rise that guy up. And guess what? It'll particulate down, and you guys will have to do it again. So you're a rapist, Bridges. And they pretty much prove every blue girl that you guys create and rape and child, whether it's man or woman. That's how fag stupid the group of the four of them are. So go ahead, chip it. They get to prove all your people are moving in directions of crime, Harry and Joe and Bernard, for what? Ferrari, basically, and those sports car makers in Indy get to basically prove which of those of you who are driving their cars who are rapists and who are not. So you guys can, Karen and, Ellery and Joe, Perlita and Dave, but you're going to be humiliated because you're a false god and you committed rape and murder and stalked Bernard. That's all he's got to do. So, like I said, the homeless woman, rinky-dink car rentals. I had to rent a car while I was working for NTS Consulting, Health South at Seville Miller several times. So they got a direction from Denver, basically going to the east. And then they also have one when I was in San Francisco going to the south, and they can prove all you guys' computer sabotage and hacking and who's doing it, Bernard. So you could profess to be God, Bernard, and flash cards and show off like the carny dumb fuck you are, but you're going to be a slave and a dipshit and a fag, rapist, murdering liar of La Freeman. So I hope you enjoy your tenure of leadership as they prove that you guys raped and mutilated and stole from those girls who are Israeli and Spaniard, and you'll be attempting to be a badass raising a black and a red. So Spain and all of them are gonna fucking basically dispute it with the Vatican and pretty much prove that you guys killed all the saints, lineaging it back to Christ, then screwed up the pyramid, then screwed up the Greek gods. So you'll be in for it for a while with that guy, and the reason why he does it because he thinks he's going to be able to control the pyramid when really all he's going to be is a pathetic dumb shit slave.